Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on The Flash. Just The Flash. Just multiple versions of The Flash. So while we are still waiting patiently, or we're all waiting patiently for The Flash Season 7 to come out in around a month and a half from now on February 23rd, there is another Flash project slowly creeping up to its start of production. Not it coming out itself, that is still a couple of years away, but the start of production at the very least, and that is the long-awaited Flash movie, of course, starring Ezra Miller. And of course, I say long-awaited as there has been countless delays and changes in directors and changes in writers over the past several years. For those that needed a reminder as to how long we have been waiting for this movie to come out, let alone start filming, I think it was meant to come out in 2018 or something like that, so yeah, about time they get going on making this damn thing. Now, of course, we had quite a big thing happen almost a year ago from this point in time. I think it will be a year since it happened in a week or so from now, from when this video goes out. With this big thing, of course, being in the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover, where we had the TV version of The Flash, played by Grant Gustin, meeting the cinematic version of The Flash, played by Ezra Miller, in a crossover scene that, well, to not play it lightly, blew up the internet, regardless as to whether they were watching the crossover, cared about the Arrowverse in any way, shape, or form, or anything like that. Just seeing the current versions of TV and film characters meet was just too insane for people to stay quiet. Now, at that point, it was known that Flashpoint would be the center of the first Flash movie coming sometime soon. So it was put straight to the top of most people's, like, I really want this lists, to have Grant Gustin return the favor, if you want to call it, and appear in the Flash movie in a cameo scene, or maybe multiple scenes alongside Ezra Miller's Flash again. At this point, we know that the Flashpoint film will see the return of Michael Keaton's Batman from the 1989 and 1992 Batman films, which were made by Tim Burton, as well as Ben Affleck reprising his role as the current Batman, but it looks like his role will be smaller than Michael Keaton's Batman's role, and this film will serve as like a goodbye to the Ben Affleck version of Batman. That's what it seems like at the moment. That's like a wait and see. I guess we'll know when they start filming as to what's happening there. Now, Cyborg was also rumored to be in the Flash movie. It was never 100% confirmed if he was meant to be in there, but it was rumored from multiple like sources and everything, or scoopers and outlets and stuff like that. But yeah, it doesn't look like that's going to happen anymore because Ray Fisher doesn't want to work with Walter Hamada, and he's actually re-signed on to DC, so doesn't look like that's going to happen, whether it was meant to or not. And there are rumors about multiple Superman appearing as well, but that's for us to wait and find out as to whether that happens. But I think Henry Cavill will appear, but that's, as I said, we'll wait and find out. But the discussion as to if Grant Gustin's Flash would appear is still one of the most discussed, and well, there has been some interesting stuff going on over the internet that will make you go, oh, really? So, yeah, let's talk about that. So as I said earlier, like actually not that long ago, there has been quite the merry-go-round, if you want to call it, in regards to both directors and writers for the Flash film, which seems that has now finally come to a halt, and they've picked who they're going to do. They've picked who they're going to use. They picked who they're going to do. That's not English. They've picked who they're going to use, with Christina Hodson now being the writer who did write Birds of Prey and is also writing the Batgirl film, and the director being that of Andy Muschietti, who most of you would know, or at least the films you would know, are that of the It franchise, like It Part 1 and 2, he made those. Now, the interesting thing with Andy Muschietti is that he has followed not just one, but two people from the Flash TV show recently. Now, obviously, the first person is that of Grant Gustin. That's the obvious one, duh. But the second one actually makes things quite interesting if it goes anywhere, and that second person is Tom Cavanagh, who, of course, played Reverse Flash. Now, when I found that out, I was super surprised, but super excited at the same time. Now, I think it was obvious we were going to get Grant Gustin in this film in some way, shape, or form. That was a given for the most part, even though it wasn't a certainty, because you can't treat anything as a certainty in life. But with Andy Muschietti also following Tom Cavanagh on Instagram, does that open the door to him being in the film in some way as well? And my first response to that is that it is a possibility that Andy is making his way through and maybe watching the first season of The Flash as research for the film he's about to make. They are scheduled to start filming sometime in April, like at some point in April at least, according to sources in the United Kingdom where the film is set to be made. So Andy would be in preparation mode, just saying, okay, I'm going to use this, I need to know what's going on and everything like that. Now, with the other guest actors of the two Batman and potential Superman, Andy has most likely watched and in some cases grown up with those interpretations of the characters, so he would have a good knowledge of them. But with Grant Gustin's Flash, he may only have seen a photo or a few photos and a few clips of him, but not have a good feel of who the character actually is. So through watching the first season, he may have decided to follow Tom Cavanagh along the way as well, because, well, Tom was just awesome in season 1 as Reverse Flash. But if in the best turnout possible for us DC TV Flash fans, Tom Cavanagh is included in the film in some way, what would or could they do with the character or characters? And I think the obvious answer to this is something with the Reverse Flash and Grant's Flash, like fighting maybe in the Speed Force, which is witnessed by Ezra Miller. Or the option I think would be the coolest and maybe give us a bit more time with these two characters is when Ezra Miller's Flash is making his way through the multiverse, he ends up on Grant Gustin's the Grant Gustin Flash's Earth, where he is taking on the Reverse Flash played by Tom Cavanagh, and it's a cool sequence where maybe they remember each other, or Grant's Flash remembers Ezra's Flash, but he doesn't remember Grant's Flash, something like that. But that would be more of a cameo scene of sorts, nothing more than a couple of minutes, maybe 2.5 minutes or something. But if they're going to just use Grant as the Flash with no Tom Cavanagh, and Andy just followed him for some fun while he's watching the show, I wouldn't mind seeing a longer appearance from Grant in the film. I'm not saying 15 to 20 to 30 minutes or something like that, but maybe anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, anywhere in that ballpark. I think that would be cool. It is Ezra Miller's movie. That's the most important thing to remember. They have to make it clear he is still the main character, regardless of what you think of his interpretation. With the Batman and potential other characters showing up, they still need to make it clear it is his film and give him the majority of screen time, like a good amount of the screen time. Now, in regards to what Grant's scene could be with Ezra, or scenes, or just segment of the film with Ezra could be if Tom isn't there, it could be Grant helping Ezra Miller's Flash understand Flashpoint and maybe what has happened and maybe how to fix what's going on. Hopefully they do reiterate the fact that Grant's Flash gave the name of The Flash to Ezra's version of Crisis. Before that, he was just like, I'm the red guy with the lightning bolt on my chest. He didn't know the name The Flash, so Grant gave that to him, and hopefully they reiterate that, because I think that would just be hammering home that Crisis was indeed canon, and they've been talking about that. I think there was that DC fandom panel with Belanti, Walter Hamada, and Jim Lee, where they talked about that scene specifically and said that's canon. So hopefully they reiterate that canon in this movie. Now, as I said, the film starts production in April, but we'll film for a good several months, and there'll probably be some breaks, and I don't know if COVID's going to be an issue then. Hopefully not. So hopefully there's no interruptions there, but they'll still have breaks and stuff. So it'll still film over a 5-6 month period most likely. So there would be time for Grant to fly to the UK to do scenes if needed in between seasons, because let's be honest, it looks like season 8 The Flash will happen. But then again, they could film Grant stuff in the United States, or just film some stuff in the United States, which is where Grant could do all of his stuff if needed. So maybe there wouldn't need to be an international flight, at least overseas, to the UK for Grant. Now, in regards to Flash TV, they're back to filming after Christmas and New Year's break. I think today, from when this video goes out, they're back to filming. Batwoman starts in just over a week from now on TV, so not long until the Arrowverse is back into full swing. So episode 1 of season 7 of The Flash will be here in no time. I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure you guys are as well. And maybe they might set up some movie stuff with The Flash in this season. I doubt it, but you never know. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show your support. Let me know in the comments section down below your various opinions on what we went over and everything like that. Do you have a specific scene you would like to see between the two Flashes that I didn't mention? Let me know in the comments. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And I will catch you guys later. Goodbye.